Hey everybody, it's Chris Sees from the late lamented gaygamer.net, here with another weekly video podcast. This week I actually bought a new game, but I haven't started playing it yet. But I saw that PSN was having, I think it was called the Innovators Sale, and there's a bunch of indie games and like artistic games and stuff, some of which I already had. But they had Beyond Eyes, which it was like $3.50 or $3.75. It was under $4, so I was like, sold. Because I've heard lots of great things about it, but never got around to playing it. And with like a lot of these indie games, I like to get them on sale. So for $3.75 or whatever. That's a great deal. I just need to stop exploring the galaxy in No Man's Sky and explore the world of a little blind girl. It just looks gorgeous, and I can't wait to try it. So I'm going to make a point of playing it this week so that I will talk about it next week. But that's all I have to say, is that I bought it. However, I have been making a lot of progress on Style Savvy. Because Style Savvy is a lot of fun because, like when I play Animal Crossing, I sit down and I play Animal Crossing, you know, and I'll sit there for like 10 or 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it is, and I'll talk to people, I'll water my flowers, I weed, you know, I dig up the fossil, whatever. Maintain my town. Chat with my friends. Whatever. But Style Savvy is a lot of fun because, like, it's just sort of there, and you can, like, do a quick hairdo or sell a quick outfit, and you're done, you know, and you can do it in, like, 2 seconds, so it's great for, like, those short bursts, you know? So at home or on the train, you just do for, like, 5 minutes and then put it away and done, you know? But I have sat down and played it for lengthier periods of time, so that I've unlocked a couple new fashion labels, which is good, because now there's starting to be a little more variety. But I also unlocked my first fashion show, which had a cute theme. So basically, after that fashion show, everyone in town wanted cute outfits. It was really, really boring. Like, basically 90% of the people that came in the boutique wanted cute, lively outfits. So I just had to stock up on April Bonbon clothing and put together the most hideous outfits, because some of those things, the colors are so garish, and you can throw together, like, whatever colors that don't even go together. I was trying to make an outfit for this girl, and I was like, look, I'm running out of stock. This is all I got left. And it was like pink and green and blue and yellow and red, and she's like, I love it! And I was like, alright, whatever. But the fashion shows are completely different than the previous game, because instead of entering a model and dressing her and styling her hair and makeup and putting her out there and trying to beat the other ones, which was never honestly very difficult, because they're like, make a bold outfit, and you're like, okay, and, you know, somebody will send out, like, you know, a cute outfit, and obviously that's not meeting the criteria, so they don't win. You send out a bold outfit and you're gonna win. Like, they weren't hard, but at least it felt like something like you were doing something and you were like, okay, I'm gonna make this perfect outfit and send it down the runway. Whereas in this version, in Style Savvy Fashion Forward, the fashion shows are literally just you and Sophie and Callie, and they'll come into the shop and say, I need an outfit for the upcoming fashion show, and you dress them in whatever the theme is. And then off they go, and then you basically, like, the goal is to sell tickets to the fashion show. So as you sell outfits, do people's hair and makeup, occasionally they'll be like, that was a great job, I look fantastic, I want a ticket to your fashion show, and you sell a ticket. And then once you've sold enough tickets, then you can go to the fashion show. And then you just have to dress yourself and do your own hair and makeup, and then you walk down the runway, and you can like change the little effects. There's little sparkles and whatever, and you can like pose and stuff. But it's kind of limited, and it's sort of like, okay, like all you're doing is walking around. It looks neat, but there isn't much to it. You know, it's selling all the outfits and selling the tickets to the fashion show that is the goal. And then once you have the fashion show, it's just dress. I mean, I don't even know what would happen if I dressed in the wrong kind of outfit, if the game would be like, no, or they'd boo, or whatever, because I'm not going to try that, because I don't want to look like a fool in front of everybody. But it's not exactly what you'd call challenging. The challenging parts are, so far, when people want their hair done, and they don't, like, you question them before, to say, well, would you want it short or long, up, down, color, style, whatever, fringe do you want? And sometimes they don't give you a lot to go on. One time I kept asking this person, and she's like, and then I had like nothing to go on except she wanted short. So of course she didn't like what she got, but whatever, what was I supposed to do? She didn't tell me what she wanted. And I'm like, look, if you're going to come into my salon, and you're going to tell me that you want a new hairstyle, but you're not going to tell me what you want, you don't get to be cranky when you don't like what you end up with. That's all I'm saying. But it's super delightful. It's very cute. I've also unlocked some new locations, like there's a beach. I've also started modeling. I did a modeling job for an amusement park. And that's basically just, you know, dress up in a specific style of outfit, and then you go to the location and they'll take pictures of you, and you can choose like your expression and your pose, and you do a long shot, medium shot, and a close-up, and then you pick which one you like the best, and then they're like, we agree, and that becomes like a poster as you walk around town and stuff. But the additional locations don't really do anything. Occasionally you'll go to a location and talk to somebody, and it will unlock, they'll give you a new miniature, which I still don't care about the miniatures, or they will give you, I actually got a new design element, because I also unlocked designing, which is unusual. Unfortunately, like Marzipan Sky is like, can you design us a striped t-shirt? And I'm like, I guess. And luckily there was a stripe pattern, so I made a stripe pattern, and you can choose the colors of the shirt and the stripes, and then you can like choose whether you want like a side stripe or like different sleeves or whatever. There's not a lot of variety yet, and I think as I go around and talk to, I have to start talking to more people, because as I've talked to some people, I've noticed I've unlocked things, so I'm like, oh, I can't just, I gotta like walk around and talk to people, that's like a thing. And I didn't realize that that would help unlock other aspects of the game. Because right now, the design elements that I can work with are very limited, and they're like I think AZUSA wants an animal print t-shirt, and I'm like something with an animal design on it, and I'm like, I have stripes. I guess that could be like a zebra, maybe? I don't know. But I've got 6 days to design this shirt, and I have no animal prints. But I just got a floral print, so I'm going to keep talking to people, and hopefully I can unlock an animal print before the end of the week, and my time is up. Otherwise, they are getting a black and white striped shirt, and I'm going to pretend it's a zebra stripe, and they're going to have to just deal. And they probably won't like it, but whatever. But when you do design a shirt for a label, they manufacture it, and then you can sell it in your store, which is kind of neat. So I look forward to unlocking more stuff so that I could actually design something visually more interesting. And I have also obviously been playing more No Man's Sky. I don't really have anything new to report, except that I have actually gotten better at space fighting. A couple of times I've gotten attacked on my way to a planet, and I haven't been able to escape because I'm not close enough to a planet or a space station or whatever, so I have no choice but to fight back. So I've been fighting back more, and actually I've won a few space battles, which is kind of cool. So I'm starting to get the hang of it. It's not as difficult as I thought it was. It's not great, but it's doable. We'll see. I could use a better ship though, but like all the really good ships now are like 15 million units, and I've only got like maybe 3 million. it's pretty bad. I need to find another planet with like those Corvax cubes on it, because those were the easiest ones. Because I keep finding these planets that have like these items on it that you can take and sell for a lot of money, but every time you take one, the Sentinels get pissed at you, and I'm like, ugh. But the Corvax cubes, the Sentinels didn't give a shit about, so those are the best ones. Oh, but what I did want to talk about with No Man's Sky is I tried something that I've never actually tried before. My husband was watching a movie, and I didn't want to play with my 3DS, I wanted to play No Man's Sky. So I said, let me try using my Vita and doing remote play. So, it was very interesting. I've never tried it before. I had tried like a couple weeks ago, I had tried it, but it wasn't working. It couldn't connect through the Wi-Fi, and it was really bad. And I like looked up like how to do it, and they're like, oh, well, you can also connect your Vita directly to your PS4. So that's what I did. Like, in my PS4, I like linked them, so that now it's just playing directly, I guess, over Bluetooth or something? I don't know. Or just a wireless signal? I don't know. But, that's much better. Because I think that the theory is you can play remotely over your Wi-Fi network. So, like, in theory, if I'm, like, not even at home, as long as I can get my Vita on a Wi-Fi network, I can connect to my home Wi-Fi and then play my No Man's Sky from wherever. I mean, as long as the disc is in the machine, I suppose. I don't know. Like, I think that's how it's supposed to work. But, obviously the Wi-Fi is not that great, because I don't have it plugged in through an Ethernet cable. I'm using Wi-Fi for my PS4, so I just can't have Ethernet cables going to everything. So I just use the Wi-Fi. It's fine for streaming, and I haven't really encountered a problem, except that the remote play wouldn't work. But connecting it directly, the remote play worked just fine. The only problem is that there's a lot of buttons. So like the R2 trigger to like fire your mining laser is actually the upper right hand corner of the touchscreen, which makes it really awkward. And I mean, you couldn't do this with like a first person shooter with like, you know, fast-paced combat, because you can't look around and then tap the touchscreen and look around and tap the touchscreen. Like, that's not going to work. And I didn't see any options to like remap the buttons, so that you could then swap it out for the trigger that is on the PS4, the Vita. And then the scanning with you can't press the trigger, you know, the thumbsticks. You have to tap the bottom corners of the screen. Using the touchscreen for the additional buttons works okay, except for, like I said, with the firing of the laser, because, you know, you can't aim and fire at the same time. It's, like, not really possible. I guess you could maybe go like this with the thumbstick. I don't know. It was awkward. So, luckily it's not fast-paced, so I could just sort of aim at the mineral and then just go and tap the screen until it was gone, you know. But it was doable. I mean, it's nothing I would do, like, on the regular. It's also like a much smaller screen, so like it's hard to read the print sometimes. Also scanning for new animals, creatures, that was like really hard to see the little dots. But in a pinch, it was doable. When I couldn't get on the TV and I don't want to kick my husband off of the television, I can just use that, you know, for a little bit of exploring. Because like I said, for something like No Man's Sky, it works fine because it's not fast-paced combat and stuff. Fast-paced combat shooter, I wouldn't try to do it because you wouldn't be able to shoot easily. But I can see some games, the remote play, working pretty well. So, yay, something else that my Vita is good for. So that's it. This has been a really long one. I apologize. And I will see you back here next week, and I'll talk about being a little blind girl. Bye!